Well, hello, boys and girls. It's when I feel like 8 o'clock. I'm Pearl of Wisdom, and you're listening to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom. And I'm really excited today, and I shouldn't be excited because I got my ass kicked yesterday on a Sunday again. Yep. It was another Sunday, another ass kicking. Parlay didn't come in. The only thing I had yesterday was I had San Jose on a PL, but I also had, me and B also had them as a dog pick, and so that didn't work out. We had Vancouver as our weekly pick. That didn't work out. I did have Anaheim on the PL, so that was cool. Now, you might be asking, why are you wearing a mouse blindfold? Well, first of all, this is my meditation blindfold. I like to do the meditation, so you know. And I also don't like to see anything when I do it. So I told my wife when she was heading out, I go, hey, if you see anything, because I'm not a shopper, not much of the shopper. If you see anything, grab me a blindfold so I can, and this is what she brought me. This is what I use. This is what I use when I get into, here, namaste with our divides. I like to do that. And sometimes I do that by myself in meditation form. Namaste. Anyways, Cash Dawn won the Parlay Challenge. And this is what we came up with that I had to do as a dare for the video. So I'm doing it. I can't even see you right now. Can't see anything. I can kind of peek under to see my notebooks here about what we learned from yesterday. Yeah, I learned this. The reason why the video is late because I went and did my Spankings early this morning. I was like first in line for Perlo's House of Spankings. Of course, I don't really have to line up because I own it. But yeah, did that. Got that taken care of today. Something else I want to say. Cash Dawn. Okay, so this is the thing. Over at the Patreon there, not everybody picks our picks. We like to just frolic. That's the main thing. We're having fun. Yeah. Do we hit a lot? Yes, absolutely. Do we spend a lot of time in our picks? Yeah, we do. But we have lots of fun doing it. And we have our down days. But I wanted to say the same guy who won the parlay and asked me to do this, and you can check in the comment section yesterday, he picked Detroit to win yesterday. Yeah, buddy. That's where I just like to see people making money. If, you know, we're out there having fun, people take a look at what we picked and then they'll go their own way, and Cash Dawn went their own way. When I found that out, I was like, already having a down day, so screw it. I'm up a lot this year. Let's have Cash Dawn win it. And he did. I'm freaking awesome. Good for you, man. Tampa just played horrible that game. Okay, so first of all, I just would like to talking about Patreon there, if you are a Patreon member or thinking about being a Patreon member and you're worried, hey, the NHL season is almost over, why would I get in now? You know, why would I do that? Well, because you are going to get baseball picks as well. If you get in as a $25 member now, you will also get, when baseball season starts, you'll start getting baseball picks and all of that. We're going to just combine them together in a package. If you're a 3, 7, or 25, the same rules will apply for baseball. So don't let anything stop you. Get over there and have fun and be part of the frolic. We are up still a lot of money over there. So the money's good, but we're also having a lot of fun, as you can tell. All right, let's get into what we learned yesterday. Okay, the first game, I remember this right off my head. Let me see if this is working. Is it working? Yeah, okay, good. Just got to make sure the video is working. Carolina versus Pittsburgh. My God. Okay, there's a few things I learned about yesterday. First of all, daylight savings time. That's going to throw a lot of things off. There are players, they're just human like all of us. Some of us, that daylight savings time kicks our ass. And some of us, it doesn't bother us a bit. And trying to predict next year on daylight savings time, I think I'm going to fade because there's a lot of players that are really going to be affected by that. There's also a lot of stuff going on in the United States and all over the world with coronavirus and all that sort of thing. And I know it sounds odd, But I'm just putting in my head, like, why have things been voodoo the last little while? And there's people that worry about that more than others. There's people that are germaphobes. They're in the NHL and all that kind of stuff like that. And it can affect their games. And how many individual players are being affected more than other players by this is really impossible to predict. But I can say that if you're asking me, because I'm getting a lot of letters. I got a letter from, Troy Poundstone. Troy Poundstone. I have the letter with me because I can't read it. And that's one of the things he brought up in the letter. Send your letters, by the way. We send Guido down there to the letter mail room, and he comes up with the sack, and we pour it all over the letter table. Do the Perlo dance. It's a letter Perlo dance. It's a little more like faster. It's like, Perlo, letters, yay. And we do the letters. So he asked about that. What's going on? Like, why is everything so crazy right now? And as far as games are concerned. So I put my thought and mind into it, and I came up with a few things, like the coronavirus. I think it's affecting everything right now. Also in the United States, the economy is crap. Stock market is today just stopped. They halted it because it looks like it's going to crash right now. And may not seem like a lot. I know these are $1 million players, but not all of them have huge amounts of money. And a lot of them have money in the market, and this concerns them. If you're making $700,000 a year as a hockey player, sounds like a lot, okay? You can live off that. But you could have a good chunk of that money in the stock market, and you don't know when your career is going to be over. There's a whole lot of things. You say, well, I wouldn't worry about that if you're in your shoes. I highly doubt it. And some people just worry about things more than other people. So there's like I said, a lot of stuff. You got coronavirus. You just had I never even really took this into consideration this year. And last year I wasn't doing picks quite like this. I wasn't paying attention to it quite like this. So I'm learning as a capper as well. I'm going to remember for next year, when you have daylight savings times, things can get a little voodoo. Tampa looked like they had no legs yesterday at all. The first two games, I wanted to say this story. My wife was having a nap. She worked 6 days this week, and she was having a nap. She got up, started watching the Tampa game with me, and she was like, she's just learning hockey, and she said, the white team, what the heck? Are they like they're not even trying? Why are they not even trying? And it did look like they weren't trying. They looked like they weren't trying at all. It looked like they were playing an all-star game. They had a big win off of Boston, came into Detroit, maybe a little arrogant, a little full of themselves, and also having the 1 hour time difference and stuff like that. They looked absolutely terrible. By the third period, they pushed it as far as they could. And still, there's no excuse. You got to beat Detroit. When they were putting their effort in, you could tell, like they would, if they had a full effort, they would have won that game like 7-2 probably. Voodoo things happen. That's one thing I learned. Just sometimes we go through that. I've been having a really good year. I'm lifting myself up here because I don't like having bad days any more than anybody else. But me and B have been having a really good year, and we're going to continue doing so. But you have these down years. One thing we learn is as doing this is you got to stay positive, believe in yourself, and keep on doing those picks, and we'll work our way out of it, right? Probably today. Today. Today we're going to work our way out of it. We got a pick of a week today, actually. You want to go look at it. And our video is up right now if you want to look at that as well. If you're a Patreon member, you get early access, and this will happen to the same as in ball season. You can watch it in the evening or at nighttime or in the morning or whenever. If not, you can watch it at about 2-3 o'clock this afternoon for our valued YouTube subscribers. That would be awesome. Nobody got the Parlay challenge yesterday, I believe. If I'm wrong about that, let me know on the bottom there, and I'll let you let me know in the comment section, and I'll let you pick my dare for what I got to do on on my channel, like this one here. This must be really interesting for you to watch. What else did we learn yesterday? Jackets Canucks was one of our pick of the week. And in these situations, what I learn is that we are picking high percentage plays. These are high percentage plays. They're not 100% plays. The Blues game yesterday with Vancouver pretty much kind of outplayed them. They did everything right and they lost. I mean, can't do much about that. The other thing I've learned this year, especially this time of year, taking teams like I had Anaheim on the PL. That was one I got right. And taking teams like, say, the LA Kings are flying right now with players that are playing for contracts is a really good call this time of year. Especially when they're playing against teams that are fighting for playoff position. I've got this written down. I got Helen to write this and put it in our compartment of deep thoughts. So next year, we're going to be pounding it even harder. It's going to be so good. Because the teams that are fighting for playoff spots, they're holding their sticks a little tight and they know they got to win this. So they're playing tighter, where the teams that are already out of it, and especially teams that are already out of it that have younger guys that are fighting for playoff spots, their veterans are playing loose because they've got nothing to lose. Their young players are playing their hearts out, feeding off this loose energy as they do it. The veterans are helping the kids and stuff like that. There's a really good energy going on with those teams. That's why you see LA winning 3 in a row right now. Anaheim is playing extremely well with 3 of their top 6 defensemen out. They got a guy named Hakanpää, who's a 27-year-old player. He's not a kid. Never even heard of him before, So there's a lot of good energy going on there. And next year I'm going to lean heavily, and probably now for the rest of this year, I'm going to lean a little heavier on the LA Kings and the Anaheim Ducks. Now, on the other hand, you got a team like Buffalo, who is out of the playoffs, but most of their players are roster players. They're already set with contracts. And those dogs are probably good to bet against because they're feeling down more than anything. Yeah, they're loose because they've got nothing to play for, but there's always that back of their mind that their team can get a better pick if they lose. And all of those things affect the psyche of players. So this is something I learned this year, and I'm going to continue using that as a lean for my picks coming up. And next year at this time, I'm going to have it in my deep thoughts section of I'll go into my files and into under deep thoughts, and I'll pull it out and I'll go, yes. And you'll see that when that happens. Okay, what else did we learn? What do we got? Oh, Avs versus Sharks. There's a good example. I would pick that all day. I took the Sharks. I liked them. Francouz, like B was saying, they've been playing him a lot. And he comes out and he plays great. And kudos, I want to give credit. I want to give a shout out to Best Bet Ed. Best Bet Ed yesterday picked Carolina. Good for you. Carolina, I understand why I picked him. But man, that was another thing I learned. I don't even know what I learned about that game, honestly. Pittsburgh is just that bad right now. Fade Pittsburgh. And Best Bet Ed said he was going to be fading Pittsburgh for the rest of the year. And he did. He stuck by it. The good thing is, my buddy at Capper's Comparison there, he went with Best Bet Ed, and they got some big juice on that game. But a 4th string goaltender. I watched that game. Pittsburgh couldn't even get in the Carolina's end. All they had to do is get in the end and shoot pucks at their 4th stringer. Almost like when Toronto was playing against the Zamboni driver. They couldn't even get into their end. Did Carolina play well? Sure. But if the Penguins are playing the way they can, they'll destroy that game. But that was a killer pick, and I want to give him a pat on the back. That was a really good pick. He also picked the Avs here. I like San Jose all day in this game. The Avs have been playing a crap load. And the Avs didn't play poorly, but they were just outscored. The thing about hockey is bounces matter. We're playing percentages here. Best value, stuff like that. And overall this season, it's been working extremely well for me and B. But if we're going to have our down days, we had our down days, we sucker up, enjoy life, have fun, be positive, believe in ourselves, love doing this. So that's the big thing, is we get to just, even on our down days, is better than a good day in a job that you can't stand going to every day, right? So that's the good thing. Okay, you know what? I didn't give pearls yesterday. So I'm going to give pearls to all of those that, like me, lost money yesterday. This is lost money pearls to bring our algorithm up, our personal algorithm up, our energies up, to go out through the week and be okay and know that we're going to do better and we're going to do excellent picks. So that's what we're doing today. That's in blind. I can't even see where they're going. I'm sure they're going everywhere in the land, though. I hope you're enjoying that. We did our, wanted to give a shout out to our $100 winner there, Mr. Brownlee. Won $100 yesterday. He's a $25 subscriber. We do draws every day, or every month, for $100 and $25. And $25, Mr. Doug Masta won the $25. You can go see our video that over at Patreon. We did a video. It's for public. You just go to Patreon, get the app, or go whatever. Look up BPOW. And we have a public video there. You can see his little daughter pulled it out and stuff like that. It was pretty cute. He had two daughters. One daughter did 25, the little one. The older one, she's shy, camera shy. You might want to check that out. That was fun. That was funny. And you can have that too. When we hit 100 likes together between the two of us, which we're hitting like 40 or 50 right now, we're going to do it again for a $25 for anybody that's in the comment section that day. You will go in a hat and we'll do the same thing, and we'll do a pick and you'll make $25. Anyways, this has been a blast. I love you guys. Put your parlay challenge picks down there. You can make me do something like this again. I'm interested in watching this video now. Have a great day. Yeah, that's what I mean is if you win the parlay challenge, 3-pick parlay, if you win it, you can dare me to do something on here. The only thing I ask is it can't be painful. You can make me eat stupid stuff or whatever, as long as it's not painful. But I can eat, doesn't bother me about stuff like that. Well, it does, I mean, like anybody else, but I'll eat something gross or anything you can come up with, you can think of that I can do here. Maybe I have to say a word through the whole thing 100 times or something. Have a great day. Lots of love to you.